Between May 2024 and September 2025, small businesses like this one across Zambia were under severe strain.
Last month, tatwali kwa tamalites. Timofia tifunti tatwali bomba tatwali stanefri fionse.
Markets slowed, barbershops fell silent, salons, workshops, bakeries and butcheries struggled to operate. For businesses that depend on electricity like this one, long hours without power translated directly into lost income. Today, the picture on the ground is different. You can see, walk-through markets and clippers are buzzing again. Saloons are open, cold rooms are running, bakeries are producing power, dependent businesses are operating through the day.
Power that has been there continuously, it's very good for business because we're having a lot of customers as compared to that period when the load shedding was very bad.
Now, that change did not happen by chance. Zambia's energy crisis exposed a hard truth. Hydropower left the country vulnerable to drought. When water levels dropped, generation collapsed. Earlier droughts had warned of this risk, but the system remained largely unchanged.
After that, at the moment, I would say we are really grateful as a company because we have power 24/7. We do not have load shedding anymore, which enables us to run 24/7.
The 2024 drought, which coincided with Zambia's 60th anniversary, forced a decisive shift. President Hakainde Hichilema treated the crisis as a structural turning point. Energy security could no longer depend on rainfall alone. The way Zambia produced and owned power had to change. One of the first steps was opening access to electricity market, allowing the independent power producers to generate and sell power alongside ZESCO Limited. That reform unlocked investment, speed, alternative sources of supply. At the same time, government acted on multiple fronts.
Kudabwa mfuno printing kudabwa abantu babwera but kwezeri be malite, but after manje papali manje bintu viri bwino because malite mae banatibwezera mae timangala chenayo the whole day, so at least business inabwerera kwa. So business apa mwa timaonga cheziko mukuleba president na malaiti apa yevanatipasa cause pali manje apa bintu at least bioneka kuti tienda ko pasogoro.
Stabilization supply during the crisis. Electricity imports from neighboring countries, including Mozambique, were secured to prevent economic shutdown during the worst months of load shedding. These imports bought time while domestic generation capacity was expanded. President Hakainde Hichilema's meeting with his Mozambican counterpart, Daniel Chapo, was instrumental, bringing coal back as baseload power. Underutilized coal assets were repositioned as part of the national energy solution. Zambia currently has 300 megawatts of coal-fired power from Mamba quarries. Mamba Phase 2 will add another 300 megawatts, bringing coal capacity to 600 megawatts. As we all know, additional approved and ongoing projects are expected to add between 600 megawatts and 900 megawatts by 2026-2027. If completed as scheduled, Zambia's installed coal-fired capacity will rise to between 1,200 megawatts and 1,500 megawatts, up from just 300 megawatts previously. This provides firm, drought-resilient baseload power. Scaling up solar at national level, solar power has become a central pillar of the national energy mix. Zambia's national solar stands at 1,000 megawatts, with multiple projects already feeding into the national grid and others being delivered in phases. Hundreds of megawatts are already easing pressure on hydropower, power-owned communities, the CDF solar program. Beyond large projects, the energy transition is now reaching the community level. So what is your message to government now that power has stabilized?
Yes. We don't want this load shedding to happen again. It should just stick to the way it is now. We are happy. At least we are progressing. There is business now. We are able to pay some of the clients, our workers. Our workers are happy. At least by the end of the day, we are making something.
Under a presidential solar initiative, every constituency is being brought into the energy system through CDF-backed solar plants. Each of the constituencies will host a 2.3 megawatts of power solar PV plant. This will add approximately 359 megawatts of new installed capacity nationwide. Total project cost is about 4.6 billion kwacha. That's around 200 million United States dollars. Funding structure, CDF component, 920 million kwacha, drawn from restructured CDF loan and disaster components. ZCCM, IH, equity, 1.38 billion kwacha. External financing, about 100 million United States dollars from financial institutions and the commercial banks. These plants are designed as permanent income-generating public assets owned at community level rather than by central government. This means communities are no longer just consuming electricity. They are producing it, earning it, and strengthening local economies.
Back to the grid, Tanzania, Zambia interconnector. We've been a bit slow. We need to accelerate that. Mozambique, Zambia interconnector, Malawi, Zambia interconnector, upgrading our Congo. I'm sure our colleagues from Congo, DR is here, upgrading our interconnector there. Very, very important. But off-grid is equally important to us. And it does help deliver connectivity, improving health service delivery. You know, our mothers delivering, in a maternity wing with at least solar light there. Very, very important. In the past, we were using small phone, light to deliver. That's not acceptable.
A system redesigned. By December 2025, load shedding had greatly reduced, not because rainfall returned, but because the energy system was diversified. Coal is providing stability. Solar is scaling rapidly. Independent producers are active. Communities are now part owners of generation. This is what President Hakainde Hichilema meant when he said the drought would change the way Zambia does things. The work is not finished. More power is still being added. Transmission upgrades continue, but the direction is set. Zambia has moved from watching solutions from a distance to building them at scale, from state house to constituencies. For small businesses, this means staying open.
We appreciate basebenza kwevyo stinga ponte maraite vetingana kusebenza chebwino bwino. Pambana paja pakudala pesikati mkabwera genset ndamaze mgenesa kufio pesikati zingena more than zingena mukampani.
For communities, it means ownership and income. For the economy, it means resilience. That's what it means. The lights are back on because the system changed and because the people are now part of it.